about 2021. Oh God, 2020 was such a year of experience and year of trials and tribulations. So I'm just praying and asking God through prophetic gift that, hey, let this be a year of blessings, a year of glorifying God. This is a Christian-based talk show, and we just love serving the Lord and praising God and bringing exciting people on the show. So my co-host Kimberly is always I don't know what, I can't describe this young, beautiful lady. But anyway, we're going to have fun. We miss Linda. Linda had a two-pull and wasn't able to be on the show tonight. Linda, we miss you. We love you. And we can't wait till you come back. So tonight, I am going to talk about finish what you start. Okay? So that's my theme is Philippians 1:6, and I'm going to read it to you. Being confident of this very thing, that he which has begun a good work, it didn't say bad work, a good work in you, will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. So that means we still have a lot of work to do, Jolie and Kimberly. And we're going to have fun doing this work so it will draw other people in, and they will say, that is the most funniest, informative show ever, is the Talk of Life talk show with Elma. Our motivational saying is, you can fall 7 times, but stand up 8. Did y'all get that? You can fall 7 times, but stand up 8. 8 is a new beginning. Okay, so tonight we're blessed to have on our show. And I tell you this, Kimberly here, when this lady walked in, they just went to hugging and screaming and hollering. I'm saying, dang, that's somebody else she knows. Kimberly knows everybody, I think, okay? So anyway, I'm going to let Kim introduce our guest tonight since they all hugging and everything. So Kim, will you please introduce who this beautiful lady is?
Fabulous, gorgeous, stunning Jolie. I love her. We have been modeling for 3 years, 5 years?
Wow.
3 to 5. With Zoe Victoria. That's Daphne Askew.
Hi, Daphne. We love you.
Photo shoots, fashion shows, just loving each other.
See? And y'all back together tonight.
I've been watching her on Facebook, just the transition and writing her book and going out speaking. And I always wanted her to come, but she just started exploding, so I didn't think she had time for us
to be on our big show.
I know, and then she has this handsome gentleman.
And who is this handsome gentleman?
In love and everything.
Who is that? Where's the handsome gentleman?
Can
you come up here right quick and let us introduce?
Yes, Dan, come on around there. Come on around there. Let everybody see.
You don't want to move.
Let everybody see her good catch.
Jolie. Okay, so this is Jolie's husband. Come on, tell us a little bit about you, Jolie. Come on.
Take the mic. Let the ladies
stand over there by her.
Let the ladies see her catch. Let the ladies see what she caught.
Introduce your
need the mic. Give him that mic.
This is my honey. This is Joelle and
Joelle and Jolie.
That's what I said too. When they came in, these 2 J's together. Can't help but have some joy in this house.
Yeah, this is my honey. He has been putting up with me, and I'm so grateful for him. He's so supportive, and I'm gonna have to make sure I leave an invitation because our wedding is actually next month on the 26th.
Oh, y'all get married next month?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So.
Let him say something. Give him that mic. Let him say something.
Come on, say something. Y'all
that
get
ring,
married. You better say something. Say something good.
And he's so handsome.
It's on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just blessed to be here. It's always good to support her. It's nice meeting people that she knows, and
Kimberly.
just being supportive is highly important to me. So since I've met her, that's how I am. So.
How'd y'all meet? Real quick, I'm nosy.
We met at a church event actually.
Oh really?
I was there.
How long y'all been together?
Probably about a year plus now. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, so we met at it was a pastor's appreciation for another church.
Okay.
And I was there with some friends, and she was there with her mom. I had already knew her mom, but I didn't really know her that well.
Oh, so you got in with the mom first. See, that's how y'all
right.
do it, single men.
Right.
Get in with the mama, baby.
The mama
Get
hook
in.
you
So
up.
the mama put in
hook
some
you
good words, probably.
Yeah. So
oh, that's so sweet.
That's how it started. Yeah.
Joelle and Jolie.
Isn't
wow,
that something?
Look at that.
And they get married next I'm gonna introduce y'all to the Kirk booth. Y'all need the Kirk booth at y'all wedding.
It takes
Okay,
pictures.
take some good, beautiful pictures, and we're gonna let y'all meet the Kirk booth after the show tonight. Well, thank you for coming up and
Yes.
introducing yourself, and congratulations to you too.
Congratulations.
That is awesome. All righty, so we're going to move right along, and before we get started, we're going to let Kim show her little fast self off. And then we're going to let Jolie come and show, since these two are models, they're going to fashion tonight for us, okay? So I'm going to introduce you to Kimberly. Take your mic with you, Kim.
Take my mic.
It is on, right? Take your mic. And she's going to show what it is. I want y'all to see how beautiful this lady dressed. She goes all the way out. So do your thing. Do your thing, girl.
What a music. What a music. What a music.
Do your thing.
walk that walk.
Oh,
this is like a
pretty.
swing.
I love that.
A swing jacket, I guess. You can wear it open. You can wear it
And
closed.
the necklace, Kimberly, I don't think you mentioned the necklace.
Choker, my choker, yes. And then you can also pair it with a belt. Jolie, can you hold this? Sure. You can, girl, that ring is just like she's
And
not
look
talking.
at
Do you see this thing?
I like that.
You can also pair it with,
Oh, that is so pretty. Yes.
especially for the AAR people. They may want to, let it hang.
Oh, that is just beautiful, Kim. And those boots are gorgeous. I don't know how you put your stuff together. And I love the little your wristlace right
Wristlets,
there.
yes.
Those are beautiful.
Yes. I don't know.
Yes.
Wonder Woman. That's what we're gonna leave it at. That.
Okay, now what's Jolie?
Come on, Jolie, the fabulous
Do your
Jolie.
thing, baby. Do your
Is gonna
thing,
strut her
girl.
stuff. Strut it, baby. Strut
And I
it, strut
remember
it.
both of them modeled together. That is
I
so
love the
pretty what
sparkles.
she have on.
Yeah.
I like. Oh, and I love those shoes. I know that. Look at
Look
that.
at that. And the pearls.
And the
gray.
You know, they say a woman always has to have a set of pearls. So
I
whether they
know.
expensive or inexpensive, I got me some pearls.
Pearl.
Yes.
And
But
what
I
is your
like,
throat
I like the way the dress fits you.
Yes.
You
I
know,
do
a lot
too.
of women can't wear dresses, but
thank
you,
you.
It
that
fits
dress
you.
really fits you.
Beautiful.
Just like Kim dress fit her.
I told her,
I mean, y'all
I'm gonna be
look
like her when I grow
beautiful.
up.
I love it.
And the curls.
I like
the
it with the
blonde.
hair, without the hair, and with the hair.
And with the hair.
Yeah, I tell you, y'all are just awesome. You know, and it's good that you can be able to compliment women. So women,
Yes.
learn how to tell another woman how beautiful she
Yes.
is. Don't be jealous, because God created all of us different.
Yes.
Thank God that he didn't make all these Elmas. Lord have mercy. Jesus, I can't stand myself sometimes.
I know, right?
You know, so, but it's just good to have, I love being around beautiful, fabulous women, because iron sharpen iron.
It does.
So
It
tonight, you all, we are blessed to have these two beautiful models that used to, I mean, y'all still model, right? Y'all still model. And when all this stuff is over, we're going to have another fashion show on the Talk of Life talk show with Elma. And hopefully both of them will be together.
Yes.
Okay. If not, we'll make it where they can go together. Okay. So, I love the book. Girl, you are just fabulous.
Yes.
This is awesome. And we'll make sure that we get this on our show. I am not your superwoman, because I am my own. So you're your own superwoman.
Yes.
How did you come up with this title?
So the title stemmed from just all the things that I've gone through.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to encourage the next woman if you're broken.
I love that.
You can't tell somebody how to come out of something if you're still in the midst of your storm. There's no way you can identify. And so I felt like, hey, you know what? As much as I go through, I am like a superhero. So let me save myself. Let me allow God to get me out of this.
Oh, yes.
And then I can help other people come out of it. And I got the little lasso, because sometimes the next woman needs somebody, or the next man needs somebody to pull them out of it. So I've been through this. So let me help you come out of what you're going through.
So this is what you got. I am not your superwoman, because I am my own.
I have to save myself first. And then help the
So
next
you're
person.
not out there trying to save somebody, and you still broken yourself. So you had to deal with yourself first in order to go out there and tell somebody else what they can do. And which is good, because sometimes we get caught up into this, I can do that. No, you need to work with self first. So this way, okay, chapter 1 says where it all started. Okay, so what is that about?
So
You say you must find the root cause in order to fully heal. I like that.
When I was a little girl, and a lot of times we bury things so deep.
Yes, I love
to where we don't even know why we do half of the things that we do, or why we respond or react to things. And as a little girl, I was molested.
Okay.
And didn't even realize that at age 5, age 6, I had already developed a camouflage of my feelings.
Wow.
I remember, before all of the things, I remember my grandmother used to have me outside and, I had my little jelly shoes on and playing in the dirt and baby dolls and all of that. And when these events started to take place, I turned into a complete tomboy.
Okay.
I didn't want to have nothing else girly to do because I felt like that was taken away. Looking back, I see all of that. But at the time, I figured it was something I did wrong. I figured nobody would believe me. Nobody would help me because it was kind of like okay, we're going to brush that under the rug. Back in the day, you didn't go out and broadcast what happened in your house. Like
because
that was
what they said, what goes on in the house
stays in the house.
Stays in the house. Okay.
So I didn't tell anybody for years. I just left it covered, but it broke me as a woman. It took away the vulnerability side of me. And so, for tomboy basketball, my mom would curl my hair and I would be mad and put this dress on for pictures. And as soon as that was over, I was covering back up basketball shorts, sports bras, ponytails. I didn't want anybody to look at me like that. And for a long time, I felt like people could see what had happened to me and it was embarrassing. So I never talked about it.
Okay, so this was at your young age. And it says in the book, it was an uncle that you never would have expected this to happen.
No.
And he would say, come give your uncle a hug. Come sit right here. And you did that and didn't know. And you were scared to tell mother, you were scared to tell. And did he threaten you or tell you not to tell it?
It was never a threat. It was one of those, hey, I love you. Like that was the cover up for it.
Yeah.
And so even as I got older, when you're introduced to those types of feelings and emotions, when you start growing up and you start getting close to people, you don't understand why you feel the way you do. So a lot of things growing up, when I did start really getting into boys, that's what I was looking for. Okay, my uncle used to say he loved me and he did this. So if you're not trying to get this from me, then you don't really care about me the way you do. It developed a complex for me, and not knowing that's not even love. That's not even what that stems from, but that's all I knew. So
if my uncle did it,
and then he said he loved
everybody else should do it too.
Follow suit.
If they say they love me, then I guess this is what comes next.
Yeah, so you expected that, and you thought that was okay. Say, and and this, so you started covering up like a boy because you didn't want them to see your body.
I was embarrassed by a lot of.
That's good. That's good.
I remember being in junior high and high school, and all of my friends and people I hung with, I looked at everybody else as, oh, they're more prettier than me. Okay, well maybe I'm not doing something right because nobody's really
coming after you.
Yeah, like they're doing them. So I thought it was something I was doing wrong, but I was just so sheltered in my own little shell from that. And everything to me is comedy. Yeah, he'll tell you. I'm just the life of the party, and so I use that as a cover up to hide my feelings and emotions. So it's a lot that people, you don't even realize that you develop when you've gone through something tragic.
That's true.
Like that, you find any way necessary to cover it up or say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna hide this, so let me figure out something
else. And you put it in your subconscious mind that no, this really didn't happen. I'm going to let this pass. And this is where a lot of stuff, reason why people go through a lot of things, it starts in a childhood age, and then it develops into the elder age. And if you cover it up, then you end up repeating all of this stuff. Okay, so then you went through that, and then chapter 2, you said you was bullied. Even when you have been knocked to your lowest, how you get back up is the key.
And you just talked about falling 7 times.
And Les Brown used to say, if you can look up, you can get up, you
Love
know.
it, love
and
it.
the Bible even talks about us being what? Knocked down and getting back up, you know. So your chapter 2 is dealing with bullies. So were you bullied? Or were you the bully?
No, I was. So bullied, it carries a couple of different things.
Okay.
I was bullied.
Okay,
And
you was the bully.
Yeah, I was bullied. And people don't understand bully comes in a lot of different forms.
Okay.
Because, you know, I have an older sister and we're like night and day.
Okay.
You know, I take after my grandmother, so my hair was real long and, you know, I was light skinned and all these different things. And again, for me, I don't feel like I'm pretty. I don't feel like any of that.
Wait a minute, stop. Do you feel like that now?
Oh, I'm beautiful.
Okay, I was just finna say, no, we not gonna have that here. Okay, yeah, okay, so that was then. Cause I was finna say the devil is a lie. You too pretty, baby. Okay, so
watch when she walks.
baby, she walked with that pizzazz. Okay, so let's go back. Now, this was back in the other days. Okay,
Yeah, this is
this back in the other days, y'all. She don't think like that now. Okay,
No.
okay.
I was bullied to a point where family, you know, so on both sides.
Okay.
You know, she thinks she all that. She thinks she cute. She thinks she this. She too light skinned to be in the family. It broke me.
Okay, so were they dark skinned or what?
Yes. So my sister is darker than me.
Okay, so
And my sister's more quiet. And like I said, I developed I'm the life of the party. I'm funny, and it was always my sister is more accepting because she's quiet and, you know, this and that. And here I come and, hey, everybody, hi. And it's like, oh, she just want attention, blah, blah, blah. Not knowing, they don't know everything I've been through.
Right.
But it broke me because it's like, okay, who's accepting me and who's not? If I got family on this side saying, you know, these nasty things about me. And when you're a little girl, people do not know that children, they hear
and
everything.
they remember.
Yes.
They do. They remember.
So all of that, I'm keeping all of this in, and I'm steady building up this wall. Like, you know what? My feelings are gonna be in the background. I don't care what anybody says. Whatever come out this mouth, they're gonna get. And that's how I grew up.
And especially hearing that they're saying that your dad, you don't look like your dad.
Now me and my dad are split image. We are. If my dad put a wig on, he would look like me. If I shave my head, I'm gonna look like him. So, but
saying
as
you're not your dad's child,
right? As a little girl, those are things that I heard.
That I am not my dad's
that
child.
I wasn't his child because I was so light skinned, my hair was long. But I took after my grandmother when I was real little. So people not realizing, even if it wasn't a conversation directly at me, I heard these conversations being said.
And they didn't think it was going to affect you because you're a little girl.
Right. And so I remember going to my grandmother, although she's passed and gone on. I remember going to her house, and I always had attitude because I didn't want to go over there. My mom would drop me off. I remember times she was like, "You want something to eat?" I wouldn't eat. I was over there for hours till my mom got off work. I would not eat. I wouldn't talk because I already knew how you felt about me. Even if you said it and you were just mad at the time, or what have you, I still heard it, and it still made me feel some type of way. So it was just a lot of things that caused me to just really just shut down. It almost made me create being the black sheep that everybody talks about in your family. I felt like I was her because I didn't care who you were. If you said something out of line, whatever came out this mouth, you got it. So I still need to go back and ask for forgiveness to a lot of family members. But it was just at that time I was so hurt, and I was like, I'm never going to allow my feelings to be hurt again. So that's what I developed.
You blocked that. You said, no, they will not do me like that. Now, you also mentioned in your book on page 15, said, I almost dealt with losing my mother. A man she was dating at the time stabbed her over 19 times and left her for dead.
Yes.
God.
So my mom got into a relationship, and he was a nice guy. At the time, we always had fun. But my mom got to a point where she was, hey, you know what? This is not the atmosphere I want to set for my girls. I don't want them to think it's okay to live with somebody. You're not married. And so we were just going to move back into grandma's house. And one morning when she was getting ready for work, He attacked her, and of course, he nicked himself a few times, I'm assuming, and made it look like self-defense. Now, back then, my mom soaking wet was maybe all of 97, 98 pounds. And he was maybe double her size.
God.
So it was devastating. Because when she was in the hospital, you know, my dad would come around and try to take us, and they would say things like, well, she has to put you on a list. And I remember as a little girl, like, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. My mom is laying there fighting for her life, and you want her to sign a paper for us to come and see her. So I don't even know how long she was in the hospital, but it was long enough, and we did not get to see her.
Oh, wow.
And I remember the Lenny Williams song, I Love You. The first time we got to talk to my mom, that song was playing in the background, and her voice was so weak. And I was just like, okay, God, this cannot be the life you're trying to set for us. Like, I'm already going through all of this, and now we're facing this. And so I'm grateful that she's still here, and she's such a strong woman.
Is she still living today?
She's still living.
Still living after all of that.
Yep.
And that's her striking that pose in the front. Y'all, mama striking a pose. Mama said, wait a minute, I still got it.
I done got mama out of her shell too.
Mama cutting up in this picture up in the beginning.
Then you go to chapter 3. It says, hello again, I love you. Facing your fears give you the ultimate strength.
Yeah. I was in church.
Okay.
I think I was in middle school, and the drummer, you know, we're all a youth, we're all friends, and the drummer approached me and, you know, said hey, and you know, that was cute, you know, little crush or whatever. But the whole I love you and the sex conversations, and it took me back to the beginning.
Okay, you went back to that. Okay.
And at first, when it came, I declined it because I was like, I don't want to relive that again. I don't want to deal with that. And it was almost, I had never, you know, you see stuff on TV, you hear all this stuff, but I had never thought it would happen to me. I declined it, and he went a different route with somebody else in the church. Okay. And the young lady got pregnant. And in my mind, I was like, okay, well, maybe I should have said yes. Maybe it would have been different. Maybe he wouldn't have went that route. And so it put me in a position of, okay, see, I'm messing up. See, here's my fault again. I've caused this situation again. It was just like the whole pot being stirred all over again.
So you caused him to go and mess with this girl and she got pregnant.
That's what I thought.
That's what you thought.
Yeah, but he was already messing with.
What if he had messed with you and you got pregnant?
This is true. But I'm so glad I wasn't thinking like that.
You weren't thinking like that at that time, huh?
So it took a lot out of me, because then I started looking at things like that. Maybe I shouldn't say no. Maybe people would stick around.
Right.
Maybe they would
doing that.
really, you know, love me, and not knowing that ain't love. That's
not love.
Because you're thinking about you back in your day again, and this is love, and I gotta go and make sure everybody else is pleased.
Yep.
So that was another thing right there. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I mean, it's so it's funny now when you look back, once God has brought you through things, and you see where it could have took you for the worse.
Now, what age were you at this time?
I was about 14, 15.
14, 15.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I know you said in here, I found myself masturbating, but at that time I didn't know what it was.
I didn't know what that was. I didn't know why. I didn't know why I was
doing it.
Yep. What these urges were. Like, I didn't understand it. And
because you 14, 15. We all go through those urges.
And that ain't something you go to your mom and say, hey, let me tell you about this little tingling feeling I got. You know, what do I do?
Right.
So I
they don't talk about it.
Talk about it with my sister. I didn't talk about it with anybody. It was just me in my own head. And sometimes that's the worst place to be. It's just locked in your own mind.
So how did you start looking at pornography though at that age?
Because one day we were, of course I have boy cousins and all them. And so I remember one day we were at a aunt's house, and we were playing between the pool and everything else, and bust in the room on my cousin. and him and his friends had this stuff on, and I was like,
what is this?
What is that? And of course, everybody else was like, ew. So, I'm trying to be like them,
see.
but I'm still like,
what is this y'all looking at?
Yeah. So I started sneaking and watching it, and was like, okay, I don't know if I'm supposed to actually be watching this, or if I'm not, I'm not gonna go and ask them, because I know anything my cousin does, he is not supposed to be doing. But I wasn't gonna ask either. So I found myself like being drawn to things that I knew my mom didn't. If she had it in the house, I didn't see it, but I knew it was something that I wasn't supposed to have access to, but it sparked my attention, and I didn't know why.
Yes.
So yeah, my little childhood was just all over the place.
All over the place.
I know that's right.
Okay, now on page 21, now was this you? Where you say I lost about 30 pounds in a week, and I thought I thought maybe something was happening from an accident.
So right before this happened, of course now I'm about 16, 17.
Okay.
I met a guy that I was working with, and he really, really showed interest in me. And so I liked him. I thought he was real, and he wasn't the most handsome guy, but he was so sweet. He would do little sweet things. So he wooed me real good.
Okay.
And I remember I used to skip school. I used to skip work.
You was just a bad little girl.
I was.
I mean, she was just all over the place.
I was. House, sex at the job, sex
I was.
You still in the
because
car.
I didn't.
You don't look nothing like what you've been through, girl.
No, not at all.
You so beautiful.
And I'm telling you, the guy, what got me was, if you love me, you will do these things.
And that's what you used to hear back then when they would say that.
Used to hear that.
Yeah.
So every time he would say something,
sex with me. Because you don't love me if you don't.
Right. And I was like, okay, well, I have to, because I'm telling him I love him. So I
got to give it up.
Yep.
And you did.
Yep.
And what happened?
So I moved with my dad. My dad was in Georgia, and me and my sister was in a really, really bad, almost fatal car accident.
Okay.
And right after that, my dad was real concerned. I told my mom, I was like, I want to go live with my dad. Let me experience that. So I went to Georgia. When I moved with my dad, I was in high school, and I remember, when I would go with my dad, me and my dad have real big appetites. Okay. And so I remember at one point, my dad came and picked me up after school, and he was like, we're going to go eat. And I was like, okay. And I remember we went into Burger King, and I'm looking at the menu, and I'm like, I want this, get everything we always get. And when I saw the food, I instantly got sick. I couldn't even touch it. So I was trying to force myself to eat, but I knew something was wrong. So my dad is looking at me, and I'm like, I ate a lot at school. I'm now making up lies because I don't know what to tell him. And in about 2 weeks, I lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
And I didn't know why. And I was like, Dad, maybe it's something they saw that they didn't see when I was at the...
Were you heavy set before, or were you skinny already?
No, I was already, because I was really athletic. So I was already small. I was maybe 135.
Ooh, so you was already little.
Yeah, so I lost a lot of weight. So of course my dad panicked. He was like,
I would have panicked too.
We're going to send you back with your mama so she can figure out what's going on.
I can't deal with this. You a girl.
These kids
wow.
So my mom came and got me. My mom, my stepdad at the time, they drove back and got me. And my mom, got me a doctor's appointment. And I never forget, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, okay, maybe they found something, maybe something ruptured. I'm thinking the worst.
From the accident.
And the man is like, congratulations, you were pregnant. And I'm like,
what?
Wait, what? That was my exact words. And I'm looking at my mom. She has like this little twitch in her eye. And I'm like, I'm about to die on the way home. Me and the baby are going to die.
Mama finna kill me.
She is finna kill. And I never forget, on the way home, I was just sitting there, and my mom, she was crying, and I didn't know what to say to her. And she said, is it something I did wrong? Like, is it something I didn't give you guys? And I was like, no, like, I don't know. And I remember getting sick on the ride, and my mom, I knew my mom that was just gonna be the end of my life. My mom said, if you throw up in this car. And she said, I'm not stopping. So it took everything in me to hold that in until I got to that house. And that was a long ride. But my mom was she was mad at the situation.
Yeah.
But she was grateful because I was pregnant during that accident, and they didn't even see that.
And they didn't even see the baby in there.
Nope.
Wow.
So 2 lives were spared just with me, and so it took a while for us to just talk about it, but. It was nothing my mom did wrong. I was being fast, you know.
I don't get my freak on, mama. Come on, man. They got to do with mama now.
Just being fast. And so,
life, right?
it wound up being the son my mom never had because they are so close and that's her baby. So, but yeah, I mean, those were the wrong words I wanted to hear. I'm in sports, I'm in school, I'm thinking I have my life already planned out, and
here come the baby.
Yep.
What's your son's name?
His name is Elisha.
Hey,
hi, Elijah. How old is he now?
Elisha is 20 now.
Girl, Elijah a grown man. Hi, Elijah, with your grown self.
I know.
He's 20. Oh, that is so cute. So then, moving right along. Okay, so then you said chapter 4 and 5, you got, what have I gotten myself into? Your mistakes are the footprints of your journey. You weren't talking about him, were you? What was you talking about? What mistake you talking about?
So right after Elisha, my mom took care of him, and I moved back to Florida to go to school because that's where I'm from. And I was like, I can go to school, I can help take care of my grandmother, and life will be great. A new beginning, everything's gonna be good. And we always plan to start over and do right. But we know the devil is tricky, and he bring things back to you that you stumbled over in your past. And so when I got back to Florida, Mr. Church Drummer popped back up in the picture.
And he beating his drum. Bam, bam, bam. Beating his drum.
I love Miss Elma. I love her.
Beating his drum, y'all. He started beating his drum. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, what else? Was the little drama boy?
Your mama out of control.
Was the little drama boy?
It's funny how things happen. I did not want to have anything with him. But sometimes we try to test the waters to clarify. And I tried to test the waters, and I didn't stop the waters in time because I wound up pregnant again. Didn't know it. It wasn't even.
So it was in the water?
I ain't drinking no
It was in the water. We ain't drinking that water.
Don't drink that water. Don't drink that water. Don't drink that water.
So you tested the water, and the drama boy came.
He did.
That's that holy water.
That wasn't holy water. That one.
The little drummer boy son
from the church.
Doom, you know the little drummer boy son.
I cannot with her.
But he's the drummer boy from the church.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the drummer boy. He was beating
But didn't Marion say
the little drummer boy?
Don't get in this with her, Kimberly. Don't get in this with her, Kimberly.
Okay, so now you pregnant with the second son. Okay, by the drummer boy.
Yes.
Okay,
so that's Micah.
Okay, so
Micah,
now how old is Micah?
Micah's 19.
19.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Micah.
That's a nice name.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you said this is all my fault. Own your mess and birth your message.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
I think for me, in writing this book, I was very hesitant.
Okay.
Because you get a lot of judgmental stuff. Oh, you did this. Oh, you did that. Oh, you telling these secrets. Oh, you're doing this. Don't talk about me. It's not really about talking about anybody. This is my journey.
All have sinned and come short of the glory, baby. And you just sharing your story so somebody else can be heard.
Right.
Hell.
And you never you never think about that, but when you own what you've been through, it helps you grow. It helps you move on. It helps the next person, because when I did start telling people about the stuff I've been through, and I started owning everything and saying, hey, you know what? You have a choice in everything.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I can't say, well, he made me do it. No, I contemplated. I thought about it. I had to drive over there. I had to get out the car. I had to make the plan. So I had just as much of a choice and a say so in it. And so I had to own up to everything that I've done.
You got married too, you said.
I did.
Who did you marry? The drummer boy?
No.
Wait a minute, you on 25? What page you on?
I'm on 28, girl.
Well, come back. Wait a minute, you gotta come back. You missed some juice back here.
What? We gotta hear her get through this. What juice did I miss, Kim?
On 25?
She went. Look,
what's on 25?
Wow, to tell my situation. Well, I like this part up here. Wait, start right here. As the months pass, September 25th.
Okay.
2021.
Michael was born. It says, and I'm a single mom of 2 boys. Who does he look? So.
Yeah, who does he look like?
Right.
Yeah, read that. Go ahead and read
Yeah,
that.
it says, who does he look like? Again, disappointment struck me deep. I felt like trash, filthy. How can I be someone's damn mama and I can't even own my own? I can't even own my own or get my shit together. I can't even take care of me. But now I have 2 boys to take care of. It says, so we took the test because how it happened. It was so quick. I did not, he was certain, oh, that's mine. And in my head, I'm like, this cannot be. So yes, I took a DNA test because I wanted to be sure. I didn't want anybody to, and I was after that encounter, I was in a relationship with somebody. And so I didn't want anybody to feel like, hey, this could be mine or this is not. I'm a very honest person. And so I'm going to tell you, hey, look.
This is your child.
Or this is not your child. Okay. And so the guy that I was with, his family, they was like, nope, that's ours. We know this. And it wasn't, and I had to break that to them. Even to this day, Micah's 19. You cannot tell them that's not even though they know for sure.
But they wanted him so bad. So they still claim him now.
So the drummer boy,
dad, that's the baby daddy, right? Okay, so he knows that's his child, but they still want that. They love him though.
Yeah, they
family still want.
Yeah. They still we still communicate when I go down and I see them, and when they see Micah, they don't feel any ill will. Like they still
because you thought he was his, but
and I was very honest, and a lot of times when we make mistakes. It's okay to be honest. When you don't open up and tell people what's going on, people are so embarrassed. Well, I made this mistake. When you're young, mistakes come. That's how you get through life.
Mistakes, and then I had a friend
that they didn't. Yeah. How were you when you told them that?
The
baby. How old was the baby?
I had just, we couldn't take the test until he was born. So right when he was, as soon as he was born.
Some people that didn't tell their kids they were 30 something.
Yeah, no, they knew right then, and he knows both sides, and he, hey, this is not your biological family, but they still want to be in your life and be a part of your life. So everybody is in communication, and a lot of times when you're up front in the beginning, it makes it that much easier. Yes, feelings are going to be hurt, but I rather feelings be hurt and I'm honest
than to find out
then later on in life you 40
you find out
and you're hated and just
well, mama, why did you didn't tell me? And that's what you want to avoid. Okay, so then you got married and you went through an abusive marriage.
Yes. So my girl's dad, it was somebody I went to school with, and we have two girls, and just being young, that's why I say when you're little and you see things and you are subjective to things, those are all you know. That's all you know. So it was a lot of argument, and it would start out playing and then it would turn serious. And I'm just one of them people where if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
We just heard that on the other show.
You push me, I'm gonna push you back. So you punch me, I'm gonna punch you back. So it started out as little stuff here and there, and he was just mad, or we just had a different fight, and it turned worse over the years. And when kids are involved, now we got girls coming in, and these they were not planned. It's like, okay, now what do I do? When it was just me, it's easy to walk away, but then when you put kids involved, we tend to stay in situations because we want the kids to be okay, not knowing if your kids see things and hear things, you're making it worse on them.
Right.
Because now that's the example you're setting. So we went through a lot.
Over the next 7 years, you went through everyday abuse.
Yep. Whether it was verbal, whether it was mental, and people don't understand that's worse. I'd rather you punch on me than to
mental.
Yes, mental, it tears you down. Nobody gonna want you. Don't you got 4 kids. Who gonna want to love you? Just different things. Yes,
sexual.
Yes.
And then you start believing that stuff.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
You start believing. And telling you ain't shit and all this beating on you. He was really abusive.
I think it was more so just anger. And like I said, for me, I'm not in a place where I'm trying to smooth things out. It's just, you know what? I'm tired. You know, what do you do now? I'm tired. How do I get out of this? I don't know. I'm tired. It was, you know, if I go to work and if I'm not back when he thinks I'm back, then, oh, you're cheating. Oh, you're doing this. And it was just like, really, dude?
Wow.
Like, I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to, you know, do all these things. And it just got to a point where it was just too much. It was too much for me. It was too much for the kids. It was too much for the families that were involved. You know, you vent to family and then they feel what you feel. But then when you try to go back and you're trying to fix your relationship, all they know is what you've told them. They're not over it. They're still in that moment of, you know, hey, you somebody's putting their hands on you. Hey, somebody is tearing you down and you want me to now accept them. So it was really no acceptance on either side, because that's all they saw. Whatever he was telling, you know, the bad of me and what I was telling the bad of him. So now both families are just intertwined in whatever we have going on.
I know time is running out. So let's look at, I know on these other ones you got on here, you started blaming yourself again. How could this be? Then on chapter 7, you said, let's try something different. Chapter 8, eye opener. Chapter 9, I don't know if I could take anymore. Chapter 10, a new chapter. And chapter 11, what's next? So let's try to summarize this. What happened through, because I know we're not going to be able to get through the whole, girl, we're going to have to do a part 2 on this.
It's very good.
And stuff.
It's good because it's detailed, especially when she talk about the abuse, and the anxiety, and the suicidal
We're going to have to do a part 2 on this because we can't get through it all. But
well, I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you what I feel, what avenue God took me down.
Yeah, let's go through that
to save me. I had my stepsister at the time. We got asked to dance at a fashion show.
Okay.
And we got to the show and we had been practicing. And I remember standing in the corner and this guy, his name is Michael Stiles. He said, "Hey, are you a model?" And I said, "Nope." And I turned my back and he said, "Well, come on, this is easy. This is easy to do." So he took me on the stage and he said, "All I need you to do is walk here, pose. Walk to the end, pose.
Wow.
Come back, pose, and walk off." And I said, "Oh, that's easy. I can do that." And he said, "Okay." So I remember putting on the dress and I walked out there. And when I got to the first pose, all I saw was lights. And I heard, "Woo, woo," and all the excitement. And I was like, okay. So, I walked down and I started giving my little stuff. And I was like, okay. And when I walked off the stage, the feeling of being accepted, it drew me in. So after that, I was like, "Hey, Michael, you need me for something else? Hey, Michael, you need me for something else?" And when I got introduced to the actual model world, I took off. It helped me to build my confidence.
Yes.
It showed me I didn't need a man to help me to be strong.
Right.
And it was just an eye opener. And that was back in 2011. So I've been at it all this time, and it
built up your self-esteem.
Yes.
You built up loving yourself again.
Yes.
You didn't need nobody to accept you because I am not your superwoman because I am my own. I love that title. And not only this, before we get ready to close, she even have the focus journal, your guide to focus like a boss. Yep. I love this. Because you got the days and everything.
There are the days in there. Each week has a scripture.
Yes.
It has
things to do this week.
Yep. So it has so much into it. And a lot of times now society, because of course we're driven by money. So you have to buy a certain journal for this. And you got to buy a certain thing for this. And then you got to have this. So you got 12,000 books trying to make up in one. Why not have something to put it all in one and you can carry it?
And where can we find your books?
You can find it. My website is www.jolierashawn.com. I'm also on Facebook, the Jolie Rashawn. Instagram, Jolie Rashawn. I'm so easy to find. I don't like searching underscores and all that stuff, so I make it simple.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That underscore.
But I'm also on Amazon.
What about this website here? Is that still a good website or?
That's where it was published.
Okay, that was the published. Okay.
Yes. And then it's on Amazon as well.
Okay.
So you can definitely buy it from there. Or if you want a autograph copy, I do deliver, I do mail out. So you can definitely contact me. The books are $20 and the journals are $15.
And we will have this information on there so you can do it. I love this here. I love the back
Beautiful.
of it.
I love the
that
back.
little sexy dress. She is
Looking
so-
like Wonder Woman.
I know.
That's-
She said,
You know that's
hey,
my favorite.
Yes. me too.
Superwoman, though. But
Superwoman.
this is a good book. You all
Elma.
can be able to go in and read her story. And we left these last chapters for you all to go in and read it.
Is this a
So-
poem?
Yes, it is. I wrote that.
She got a second to read. She got time to read that?
Yeah. Where
Read
is the
it. It
poem
is
at?
on
What page is it?
64, and I had a question for your fiance.
Okay. Let me go to the poem.
64.
Oh, it's on 64.
Okay. It says, the journey, the struggle, the focus. Standing on this dark path with tears in my eyes, debating on moving forward, I'm scared that I cannot hide. Fear fills my body. Doubt fills my soul. I'm shaking uncontrollably. I'm losing all control. Take the first step, I heard a voice say. If you trust me, my daughter, I promise I will show you the way. Much to my surprise, he held my hand the entire way. Even when I got distracted, he never let me stray. To see where I started and where my story is taking me, I am overwhelmed with happiness. There's definitely no stopping me. With determination in my steps, focus in my heart, I've laced up my bootstraps. Ready, set, I'm off to a great start. Keeping my eyes on the prize, not looking back, I can see my destiny approaching. Gotta stay on the right track. With each test that comes, with every lesson learned, I'm conquering all with my head high, every achievement I've earned. My journey is far from over. My struggle has taught me a lot, but I promise to myself to stay focused and give the world all that I've got.
That is so beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
And you'll find that in her book, I Am Not Your Superwoman, because I am my own. I love that.
And one quick question to you. Come on over here real quick.
Uh-oh, Lord.
'Cause-
We don't know what this question gonna be.
This question is, with all that she's been through, you and 4 children, and you still fell in love with her. Because we hear that's impossible for women.
Yeah, that a man would want to
That-
marry her with 4 children.
And all that you've read about
And he's
her.
sitting here listening to us
And
talk
how do
to
you
you.
feel when you have to hear all this?
So funny thing, before we actually got serious, she had me read the book.
Really?
Oh,
That was
She
good.
said-
So you
she
didn't have to
said-
tell him what you had experienced.
And she said, if you can get through this, then, maybe.
You would marry her still,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, maybe you'll still be interested.
So what happened after you read the book?
After I read it, I just see that as her story.
That's her
I see
story.
that
That's
as-
nothing to do
as-
with you.
Yeah,
huh?
I see that as her story that God helps her overcome, and He's attaching me to her, so we can go to another level, and see what
Wow.
God can do. But I didn't see it as a hey, this is a down, or this is something to
so
not
good.
attach myself to, So yeah,
That's good.
that's beautiful.
So why did you have him to read the book?
Because I have been through so much, and history has a funny way of showing up when you least expect it.
Okay,
And
so
I didn't want him to come subjective to anything he did not know already.
Right.
And I feel like if I go through a certain phase, or if I have a certain emotion, to bear with me, because you already know
No.
where it's coming from. But it was so funny because when I gave him the book, I was like, "What chapter are you on?" He was like, "I'm reading it. I'm reading it." And I
You
was like,
making
"Oh,
sure
God."
you-
Yeah, I was like, "Well," he was like, "I'm on chapter 6." I said, "Okay, I'll call you back by," because I knew chapter 6 was a. I was like,
Book
"Woo."
about
it.
Yeah,
But let me
so-
ask you this: when did you let him read the book? Right after? I mean, how long had y'all been dating before you introduced him to the book?
we had been on a couple dates.
Yeah, we had been on a couple of days. I gave him a hard time, so it took me a minute because I wanted to be sure this is what I wanted to do,
Mhm.
and I was ready for another relationship because I was tired of dating. I didn't want to date anybody, and I just wanted to make sure I was okay with it. And so after a couple of dates, I was like, "Hey, I think you need to read this book I wrote." And he was like, "Okay." And so for me, I'm like sweating bullets because I'm like, he ain't saying nothing about the book.
Is he gonna leave me or something? Like Jesus, that's his disciple. Are y'all gonna leave me after this?
I was preparing myself for him to be like, you know what, this is a little too much, but I'm so grateful that he stayed around, and my kids love him.
Now, how old are your girls?
They are Layla she just turned 18 on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And Jemiah will be 17.
So
next month.
okay, we're gonna have to have, yeah. When is the wedding?
It's February 26th.
Okay, so what we gonna do if y'all get through with all y'all honeymoons and all of that, we gonna have y'all back on the show.
Because I know you got a story.
Yeah, we want to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we gonna have y'all back on the show
Okay.
after y'all get through with your little honeydews and all that, because I want people to know that you can marry and have adult children.
Yeah.
And they like you, so we're not gonna get into that right now.
Women can find love.
Oh yeah.
but you
It's
can
never too
still
late
do
for that.
So,
yeah.
okay, so what would you give us some advice to the audience before we close?
I would say it's never too late to start where you are. Don't make anybody, don't let anybody tell you you've messed up so much to where you can't start over. Right. You're right now. That journal that I wrote, there are no dates. There's nothing pre-printed in there aside from what scriptures and what quotes.
That's right.
Because it doesn't matter where you are in your life. When you are ready to start, that's your chapter 1.
Oh, that's
so
good.
don't let anybody make you think
good.
that you can't achieve. You have some people, we look at all of these celebrities and they've done so much dirt and all this stuff. And then when they became famous or they became successcul, they were well on in their years, and we let age sometimes get the best of us.
Right.
I'm too old. I
AARP.
can't.
That's Kim word.
Well, I can't do it. I got too many kids. I can't do it. I've been through this.
That's right.
You know, what are people gonna say about my past? Who cares? That was my past. And I feel like
That's
you can't
true.
talk about my past better than I can talk about my past.
Thank you.
So
You can't blackmail me.
you
either.
surely can, because
You sure
I
can.
already
It's
did it.
there.
So
It's
you know,
already there. It's in
once
there.
you own it and you accept it, you can do anything you put your mind to, and keep God first. Don't let anybody tell
That's
you
right.
can do it by yourself. You have to keep God first.
You have to have
All
yourself.
right. You have any words you want to say? Okay.
Yeah, he's coming back.
We're gonna get him back
after
on
the
the show
honeymoon.
after
We
the
gonna get
honeymoon.
the honeymoon.
Thank you all. Thank you. You know, I am so blessed to have this Talk of Life talk show, because we have met so many good people. I mean, some of the stuff that I'll be like, God, I don't know if I could have experienced this here book.
That's
and
right.
been through what you know. So it's been a blessing to meet you, Jolie. I'm just excited because I tell you, girl, you don't look nothing like what you've been through.
You sure don't.
You sure don't look like you done had 4 grown kids, baby. Because the 2 I got, honey, I have changed my wig. But now I have some good young men there. I don't even know what their age now. I think it's 29 and 30 something. But anyway, God is good. Thank you.
all the time.
I love my babies though. But anyway, they always say, Mama, I'm not. You are my baby.
always gonna be a
You
baby.
gonna always be my
No,
baby. I
always.
don't care. They are my babies. So I'm just praying for some good wives. They both are single, y'all.
Yes.
I'm just praying for some good wives. Even my godson, he's single too. Carlos. Carlos is our man that we call in when we want to invite Jolie.
Carlos
We
get
call
good
Carlos
advice.
because he
He
got
get
that
good-
very white voice.
Yes, he get
Oh,
good
this
advice.
is Carlos. What y'all got for me today? You
I
know.
don't know what's going on
But
in the street. Word on the street. Go to
that
Carlos.
word on the street that we call Carlos, don't we, Gil? Carlos. But anyway, we are so blessed to have you on the show again. We're gonna get you all back after the wedding so we can see what happened and what y'all did and where y'all went. We're gonna get into the strawberry jams, you know. But we're so proud to have you and your husband on both of these J's.
Fiance.
Well, I mean fiance. I'm just speaking into existence.
There you go. Speak on
And in there. So, and congratulations on your wedding and all of this good stuff. And thank you for sharing. And maybe we'll get to the other 4 when she come back or something. But anyway, but check her books out, and we'll have this information at the bottom of the screen. We'll be sharing this when he edit it. Again, Jolie, thank you so much. I have truly been blessed by you. You're such a beautiful person. And thank you, Kimberly. My girl over here, I tell you, I don't care if nobody say this is my girl. This is my girl that came out of the shell. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. But anyway, until we see you face to face, Mondays and Thursdays, every Monday and Thursday, God is blessing us to be on for 2, and eventually we're going to be on 3, 4, and 5. Because we're going to end up taking over with the Talk of Life Talk Show with Elma, Kimberly, and Linda. May God bless you. Check us out. The Talk of Life Talk Show with Elma, Facebook and YouTube. Please subscribe. And again, if you would love to be on the show to tell your story or your art or whatever, just come on the www.elmatalkshow.com, and we will love to have you. I guarantee you, Kim can handle you, baby. I'll just sit in my chair and give it to Kim. May God bless you and keep you until we see you face to face. I love you.